on this, you know, people
Remind
call
me to
that. There we are. Okay. Namaste, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome from right here in our beautiful museum to your beautiful experience of nirvana in this moment. Let us bring our hands to our heart and simply say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful moment of being, for the presence, for the knowing, and simply for the joy of being able to witness each other. Take a moment right now. Sri, I'm going to ask you to remove that spotlight if you don't mind, just for 1 second from Sri and I. And take a moment right now and invite yourself to scroll through. You might have to, go through a couple pages, but scroll through and begin to really feel, experience, and be with this beautiful family coming together in the energy and the essence of the yoga of self-ascension, saying yes to this extraordinary moment of humanity's evolution, and knowing at the depth, at the core of our being, I am as you are, the ultimate namaste, the recognition of oneness, the heart-centered space of being that calls us together. And so Sri and I thought, what better place to be right now than we're both going to move a little bit. This is the library of the original. These are all the original editions of the I Am books that you have sent to us for safekeeping here in the museum. This one right there, the one that's losing the spine now, finally in a proper museum case, is the Miracle book that appeared at our ranch in New Mexico all those years ago. Those of you that have known us have known that literally that book manifested
on our table.
You guys know the story and have followed us the whole way through it. And so what is so extraordinary is that in this moment right now, as we're here in these beautiful ancient walls and this ancient structure and the original energy that came forward in the 1900s, every one of us is here right now. And I want you to really feel that, all right? Bring your hand to your heart, because this is not an accident, right? This is not an accident. You are here now because deep within the seed of your divine mastery presence, you have ignited. You have ignited. And that ignition is the blessing that has called us together. So welcome to 2023. And to all of you that were with us in our culminating session in December, doesn't it feel like eons ago? Wasn't it? And in so many ways, wasn't it just a breath ago when so many of you were raising your hand and sharing about the journey through the Monday experience that has evolved? And so this evening, we first honor all of you and thank you, because many of you have been here through the entire journey And for those of you that it's your very first time with us, welcome, because for everyone, it's their first time tonight, because everything is shifting, because we are in the alchemical transformation of humanity and consciousness itself. So of course, why not start with some beautiful ancient indigenous energy, flooding in through the original energy of the I Am books. Every book in there was hand signed, right, by Godfrey Ray King. Every single one of these has an inscription, and I've shown you these inscriptions. And what's so beautiful is that the energy of the all is here with us now. So let's just bring our hands to our heart and smile, because when we illuminate the gift of the all with our smile, when we inhale deeply and exhale with a smile, we send a signal to our soul and to the universe that says, I am here, I am ready, I am open, guide me in the full recognition of that divine mastery presence, leading through the trust of the body of form, enjoying. So let's relax. Yeah, there we are. Beautiful.
As we are together as a community of light, as a community of illuminated consciousness, it is essential that we embrace what is coming forward to us. That is, we call to us the future. As Zodkiel has said, there is only now and the soon to be now.
Yes, right.
And it reminds me of a declaration that I'll share with you right now as we breathe in. I am created anew.
Ooh, I love that.
I am created anew.
Mm.
In each moment, beloved ones, with each breath, we are calling forward that which is meant to be in this now. And this does not require effort. It only requires the sincerity of a heart that is willing to accept your sacred intention for being, the divine master within, allowing that presence to be the presence in your life.
Let's smile that one. Let's really breathe in the smile of that one as well. And as we are, one of the many things, I hope you're as excited as we are. I hope your smile's as broad as ours is this evening, because through all the evolutions of Monday Mastery, thank you, COVID, right? That's what brought us all together when we were together every week, many times a week, and really on that journey, and each of us taking our own retreat, right? It was that moment of spiritual retreat. We have arrived here. And so for 2023, as we are coming together to navigate that storm, as you know, Shri and I, for 20 years, have been blessed to be licensed ministers, not webinar ministers, true bona fide licensed ministers. And in the ministry of the yoga of self-ascension, remember that there are 4 times every month that we have the opportunity to come together and to really share. And on Sundays, that's the first and the third Sunday of every month at noon Eastern time. And that's when we share in broader strokes to the world, to everyone who's interested in tuning in. And then something sacred really happens. And that's happening right now. On the 2nd and the 4th Monday of every month, we have the honor of being with you. Those of you that say, yes, I'm here. You know, I get that I am a master in form. I am here as the sea of neutrality. And I might not understand it all, and I might understand it all. But what my heart knows is that if we have each other's arm through this, and the constant affirmation of the knowing that multidimensional presence and experience and consciousness, while in full awareness of this potentiality, is not only yours to claim, the universe is begging you to do so. And so we have been called and are following what the Ascended Masters have invited us to unfold this evening. And that was to first make sure, and I'm going to thank this next person who's coming in, to make sure we had music every single time we opened. and to invite you to love it enough to move your body. I don't care if moving your body is this, it's okay. It doesn't matter, but to give yourself that gift of that blessing and to really flow with the harmonies. And for those of you that were there New Year's Eve, thank you for supporting me in my wings and all of the things that happen, because it's about us all knowing. And that's why those wings of freedom were made in the Ukraine and made it all the way here to Ecuador for that moment, to know that we are each in our moment of freedom and to really fly with that energy. And so what better way than every time we come together than to have an extraordinary being who has said, hey, I'd like to call this journey together. And who else to start the entire journey process right now than the one and only Scott Katamas. So Sheree, let's bring Scott in, please.
Yes.
And there he is, being so patient. And is Scott looking gorgeous tonight, guys? Are we all just like going, Scott, wow, fabulous, right? It's the reset. It's the new moment. It's the new year. And you're glowing, Scott. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you and to all of our friends watching. I see a lot of familiar names and a lot of new people that for me to connect with. So welcome, everybody. You know, I got an inspiration to share a story, actually. And it's a story that will still help us to drop in, to receive the wisdom that you're going to be offering tonight.
Thank you.
You know, you just were talking about ascended masters, and certainly many of us were raised in the Christian tradition. And of course, Sri, Kira, and I, and the Global Peace Tribe, we honor all traditions. We honor the many pathways. But I am going to share a story that one of my mentors taught me or shared with me about how Jesus healed the leper.
Mm.
And it's a beautiful allegory, if you will, because probably most of the people that are watching right now, most of you are probably healers, caregivers. I'm imagining all of you love to contribute to the well-being of others. And so this is a wonderful reminder of a wonderful way to do that. So the idea, and we'll say of the fable of how Jesus healed the leper, is that when he saw the leper, he very gently approached the leper and asked, "May I sit with you?" Now, this right off the bat was a pattern disrupt. Most people, when they saw a leper, would run away or throw rocks at the leper. And here's this beautiful man asking if I can sit with you. The leper's like, okay. And Jesus sits with him and they just converse. And as they converse, Jesus creates the safety for the leper to begin to really share how hard his life is. The pain, the physical discomfort, the absolute perception of rejection. And Jesus just listens and empathizes and listens and gently asks more questions to really create connection, being to being, not Messiah to person he's going to rescue or save, being to being, person to person. And after quite some time goes by, and Jesus trusts that the leper feels truly safe, Jesus asks a question. He says, "May I show you what I see when I look at you?" Now, that's a really scary thought for, a leper, because what if he's going to see the sores and the stench and all of that? But Jesus has so established safety and trust that once again, the leper says, "Well, okay." And then, and only then, after Jesus has received permission for this healing, he looks at the leper deep into the eyes, and Jesus's profound ability to see the divine blueprint underneath the illusion, underneath the dis-ease of the leprosy, Jesus's ability to see that divine blueprint is so powerful, so profound, that the leper remembers who he truly is. And in that moment, the healing occurs. May we, in our zeal, in our good intentions to support our friends or each other, remember that our job is to see the divinity, to see the divine blueprint in ourselves and in each other. People ask me, you're a love coach. What is love coaching? I respect traditional therapy. And in traditional therapy, people have spent many years learning how to evaluate and diagnose what's wrong. I choose to take the Jesus approach. There's nothing wrong with anyone. But some people, all of us, have challenges. And so those challenges are really hard. It's very difficult dealing with leprosy, or being high functioning autistic, or being so empathetic that the density of this planet is very difficult. Those are our challenges that we're dealing with. But nobody's broken. There's nothing wrong with anyone. We all have a beautiful divine blueprint. And it's by working with teachers like Shri and Kira, and maybe some of the other teachers you might meet through them or on the Awakening World, that we help us all to remember the divinity of who we all truly are. So thank you for giving me a few minutes to share the story. I just got the inspiration to share it shortly before coming on here.
Oh, add something. And there you go. I am so grateful. And I know that I know everyone here, are we all not so grateful? I'm looking at everyone and everyone is just saying, thank you.
Yes.
The inspiration, of course, spot on and beautifully shared. We are so grateful, Scott. And is Omashar here?
He is not.
Okay.
I have no idea why. He's very responsible, but I have queued up an Omashar video. And I chose a video called Kingdom of Gold because you, the two of you, have created a kingdom of gold. You're even wearing a close to gold dress. And I see gold in there. So I chose Kingdom of Gold. It's one of my favorite Omashar songs. So let's listen to it and maybe go to gallery view and everybody can move and groove to the music.
That's what we're going to do. All right, let's do it. I don't know how to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I think are we all just not feeling the blessing of that? Well, Scott, obviously that's why Omashar wasn't here, so we could receive that, right?
I have a wonderful short story about that.
Please.
So Omashar had just been somebody watching The Awakening World and Saturday Night Live. And like many people, I got an email from him. And a lot of people, of course, are saying, hey, I play music, da-da-da. And he had emailed me 2 or 3 times saying, I play music and, if you ever need somebody. And finally, I think on the 3rd email, I said, okay, I'll check this guy out. And that was the very first video that I watched.
Wow.
The moment I watched it, I got chills, like maybe many of us are now. Well, and here he is now, such a big part of you, of Global Peace Tribe, of our awakening. He's really become such a beloved brother. Yeah. So
thank you.
No.
What a beautiful circle. Thank you for sharing that story. It really is the blessing of coming together.
And let's all just send a blessing of gratitude to Omashar for his contributions in our virtual community as we gather here.
Totally.
Everything is perfect.
And thank you, Scott, for that extraordinary journey that we are all still feeling in our heart. And thank you for the blessing of being here with us now.
My pleasure. Namaste.
Namaste. And, we want to just invite all of you right now to really relax into your heart. And as you do, let us take a moment and just notice the frequency coming together, gathering in the frequency of the ascended heart, saying yes, just saying yes to this moment. And as you do, we are going to open this evening with a very important, the word I'm going to use is connection of dots, because I want to take you back to 11/11/2022. And just if you can't quite remember and go, wow, that already feels like years ago, that's okay. But it's important to understand how humanity has transcended from I am that I am that I am to the expanded I am as you are, the living embodiment of Namaste, of Shivoham, the transcendent nature that goes beyond the preparatory I am that I am that I am, that brings us to the awakened field of ascended presence. And then the smile that realizes there's always more through the embodiment of that divine mastery, presence, and form. So breathing that in, the way that this is coming forward is also for yours to integrate with, meaning that as we are sharing and moving through everything, if you have something that you really want to ask in real time, we would ask you to raise your hand. But remember that there is a reason for the flow. So when you ask, we invite you to ask, but before you ask, go deep within your heart and notice where the ask is coming from. Because this year, part of this experience is to assist all who are here to navigate the 7th dimensional experience that has opened. And this is profound because it almost feels like a premature jump, yet it's here. And so if you're here, it's because you're having fascinating experiences. And even if your mind is trying to engage in this moment, this is why Shri and I are going to begin at the beginning and move us into the up level of the books themselves through the anchored presence of the language of energy itself through this body of form of this unique and specific potentiality. And that's the blessing upon us all right now. How we receive and how we are with certain information, how we look at it by learning the language code of the ascended realms. It ignites the dormant DNA. It ignites these crystal, the only way I can describe it is they look like shimmers of light carrying all the potentialities. And they offer you the opportunity to feel so much saner, because you get to be the open eye of the storm. And your smile gets broader and your joy becomes more expansive. And you make really clean decisions, knowing and in full trust of your divine mastery presence in active form. So we're going to read you a piece of the 1111 ensoulment, and then we're going to talk a little bit about that and invite some weaving for you. And then we're going to move to the January 6th, the alchemical full moon. These alchemical full moons are massive. And then we're going to go into what happened on Saturday if you were part of the Mastery Mentorship Miracle experience, and share that through the languaging code, all in preparation for the books. Because when we dive into the books, understanding how the codes are up-leveling energy itself in your physical form invites you into the experience of your own very rapid mastery presence experience. Remember, 2023 in the ascended energies is an experience year, and we're in an experience month. And this is a month, as we're going to remind you through these ensoulments, this is the moment where the only way I've been describing it is it's a kaleidoscope. And you're looking through it and you're going, wow, I like that picture, but wait a minute, what about this one? What about this one? You're not throwing any of the pieces away. You're just reshuffling them. Where does each piece form the photo, the end result that brings you the greatest joy? The one that you just want to look at all the time. Because that's what you're doing right now. You're in your kaleidoscope moment. Because starting January, we are in a starting February, we are in a 13-month cycle. A 13-month cycle, which will culminate with the equinox of March 2024, and feel your throat and your chest, even as I say it. Sometimes I can't even breathe through it yet. So let's, yay, right? My husband's getting ready to read. All right. And so let's go ahead and bring our hands to our heart, and we're going to go ahead and begin.
Sure. Yeah. So beloved ones, let's be present for this beautiful message. And this came through on 11/11. The Ascension Renaissance is fully anchored, and the November 1 choice supported the continued expansion of the moment that is now revealing itself.
Breathe.
The gift of the remembrance of divine mastery presence as the living embodiment of the balance of love and wisdom. This is the love that floods through this form of density, free from the experience of fear and doubt, arising into the moment of conscious connectivity. The support network of the all, the recognition of dancing with the potentiality of conscious ascended presence, stabilizing into the blessing of ascended beingness. Take a moment and simply breathe this in. The moment of expansion is here now. And the contraction is similarly dancing and manifesting. When this moment of awareness arises through the experience, it is the ignition of the choice. And the November experience was all about choice. Calling your palette of choices before you, notice that at the top is the single most important, the choice to keep saying yes to you. To know that the January 1 moment was worthy of great energetic focus and support. The moment that is shepherding humanity into a month of experience of the STORM. This matters. The gateway to the year that is still unable to fully unfold, and is hinging deeply on the June 1 moment. Humanity has arrived. The key that opens the lock of your divine mastery presence is wide open, and the stable eye of the storm of 2023. The January gateway, once touched and amplified with the presence of the divine mastery nature of your eternal self, is the center of the eye of the storm and defines 2023. We collectively are further than we have ever been before. The humility of that knowing is the harmony of divine mastery presence. It is a stunning and momentous experience. November 1 anchored the space that is here for all now. The first of 3 moments ahead for humanity that matter. November 11, 2022 is the 8th, the infinite presence of the ascended realms. The lotus is blooming and starting to spin. January 1, 2023 is a 7 prime, as all will dive headfirst into the storm. The harmony of the master as the recognition of service. June 1 is a 5 prime, the eternal life ignition. Egypt, Valley of the Kings, receiving the codes and the answers, the flowing cosmos of service in action.
The flowing cosmos of service in action. In November 2022, you were offered a moment of conscious connectivity, an opportunity to be aware that this moment right now, this beautiful January, is a microcosm of the entire year ahead, which won't even begin till February 1 and becomes this 13. It's like a +1 year. It's like everything this year and through this alchemical transformation is calling you into your absolute highest sense of alchemical presence. And I'm inviting you to gaze right now at this chart. What this is the model of the yoga of self-ascension. And this is the alchemical process of this. So for those of you that may be seeing this for the first time, those of you that are aware of this, the first thing that's important to notice is that the 4 steps of the mastery journey, the 4 steps of the yoga of self-ascension are always there. They're an ever-refining cycle, and they're in no specific order. You know, as Archangel Zadkiel shared so beautifully in our first book, Sacred Union, The Journey Home, it's about be in union, release judgment, unconditional love, and surrender, which is really trust. To surrender what surrender looks like. To remember that it's a constant, ever-refining cycle. And in the center there, that's just a graphic representation. In the inside of the Merkaba, that's a graphic representation of the Taurus field. That 0-point generator, which is held open by that peace, love, and joy that stabilizes this body of form to say yes to the eternal alchemical beingness as that 0-point generator. And if you really look through that, if you look in the back, you see that's that heartbeat of a vasa that the entire alchemical nature rests upon. And without doing a whole teaching on that, it's a moment for you to notice you in that alchemical transformative state of now. Every single month this year, every single one, the full moon is an alchemical expansion. Similar to 2022, but yet very unique. 2022 was the year of like it or not, you need to be ready, 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 ready. And so every month it was that bell ringing, right? Wake up, here comes another one. Okay, here you go. You got 30 days to adjust. Here you go. I don't care if you're adjusted enough. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Right? It was every single month.
It was
right.
an amazing year.
How crazy amazing are all of us that we're still here and we're sane, right? It's like, wow, right? And so this year, what's so extraordinarily, phenomenally, outrageously great is that it's alchemical transformation. And you're in it right now. And coming up this week, Thursday, Mercury goes direct again. Now we'll have that retrograde. But right now, this very minute, you are in that retrograde renaissance, right? Everything that was doing its return and reset and coming together, well, that's all happening. That's all really going on this week. And then on Friday, the 13th, you got to love it because it's the 4 again. And January on its own is a 4 month. So it's really a beautiful moment for the month. So on Friday, the 13th, the Mars effect shows itself for the first time in 2023. And the Mars effect is a call to higher consciousness. It's a call to release the universal wound of having imploded ourselves over and over again. It's a call to release all of the baggage, all of the self-inflicted wounds, all of the hangover stuff that we're carrying, all of the stuff we flagellate ourselves with, right? Blah, 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 blah. It's a call to let it go. It's a call to say, you know what? I'm pretty amazing. And it's about time I gave myself that opportunity to know that, to look in that mirror and know it's true that Shri and I are just a reflection of you, baby. We're just you right here. This is that moment. That's why the conscious connection is building. So 11:11, call to conscious connectivity. Universe reaches its hand down and goes, look, alchemical transformation coming. You still have another bing bong bing coming. You got to make it through January 1. And then the first alchemical full moon hit. And so we're going to take you there with the ensoulment that came in that day. Breathing into that journey, I'm going to grab my rods as well. I see lots of you with your own. Shri is going to share that gift with us. And let's go deeper with how this has all come to be. Taking in a breath.
Let's breathe, being present for this sharing from the Saint Germain itself through Master Lady Kira Ra. Welcome to the transitory moment that has arisen through the conscious evolution of the divine mastery presence in form, arising into the awareness of itself. To know beyond all doubt that which is and that which is to be. I am as you are. The moment of consciousness, consciously evolving with full divine mastery presence beyond that which has ever been and will be. To know the limitless nature of the eternal presence within as thyself. To trust the self-ascended presence as the guiding illumination of all. To be the full embodiment of a lion mastery presence, fully conscious in the active world of illusion. The moment the unified field rises as the sea of neutrality expands to welcome all into the remembrance of the one heart that sustains the pulse of consciousness in form. Lovingly, patiently, compassionately, living the embodiment of forgive them, they know not what they do. consciously co-creating as the law of instantaneous manifestation through the anchored transcendent smile of love them. They know not what they do. Diving deep into the trust of your divine mastery presence, this moment of transitory form has called you into the active gift of being. Knowing what that being is and the application of the sincerity, love, and presence that is yours to command is the expansion. And just the beginning again. May the alchemical shifts that are yours to reclaim, remember, and reset reign in your heart through the unified field of divine mastery presence. Free from the limitations that say it must be, and open-armed as the chalice of eternal life, carrying the knowing of the journey through I am as you are. The leap has already been taken. Open your eyes and notice where you have landed. As our beloved Archangel Zadkiel so lovingly shares, if it does not bring you joy, why are you doing it?
Let's take in a deep breath and notice the joy. Notice what you're noticing. And we're going to share a practice with you, because right now in this energy, and before we go any further, the practice we want to offer to you right now is a practice that really will assist you throughout this entire month. And when we meet again in 2 weeks, we'll expand this practice. But right now, we encourage you. Sri is going to share this practice with you. He's going to teach it to you. It's easy. And what it does is it prepares you, and it prepares all of your nervous system and all of the channels within you to really start receiving the language code of the ascended realms. So we're going to invite you to do this practice. Shri is going to guide you through it. And then we're going to dive into the depth of the language codes. And one of the blessings of being here in Zoom and register, because this was the only one we were going to stream outside of that for a moment, is that you will be receiving the PDF when you get the recording of this as well. So when you receive the recording of this evening, you will also have 3 PDFs. All of these ensoulments will be coming to you, because these ensoulments, if you connect with the words, especially after we unlock through this practice and we unlock the language and code of the ascended realms, when you connect with the words, you receive them differently. You'll start noticing that all of the ensoulments are going to be richer. You're going to start having these aha connections. This is what we do during our mastery, the small group divine mastery presence throughout the year, is we really come together and go deep with this. And that's what this is about, is inviting you to say yes, to be the open eye, to see the oneness and reclaim mastery in 2023, not just for you, but for everyone. The all expands. So let's breathe that in so beautifully. And Shri, we're excited. I'm excited. Aren't you excited to learn this from Shri? I am. Go, Shri.
All right. Well, this is a beautiful gift from the Essene Brethren. And I'm going to share their words, and you can repeat this practice and go deeper with it on your own. We invite you, when you do so, to really go into the spaciousness of a soft energy and light a candle, and with clear intention, relax and receive. Take in a breath. It is a beautiful and blessed time upon your planet now. For in this beautiful and blessed time upon our planet now, there is great freedom energy. Bring your fingers to your heart center and hold them there. Imagine that your fingers, as they touch your heart center, have the great capacity to withdraw like a toxin all that would no longer serve you. Breathing in deeply, this blessing, noticing how the resistance simply lifts away with your fingers. Breathing deeply, invite all resistance to fade as you gently pull your fingers away from your heart center. As you lift away, your fingers become as if radiant beings of crystalline light. You feel this energy transmute, transform, and lift, as if it has been transmuted by the sacred containers that are always available to transmute the energies of chaos when one is open to receiving this gift. Touching the heart again. Allowing the fingertips to receive and pull all resistance, all toxicity, all that no longer serves, and gently pull that from your being to the container. And allowing your fingers to be the golden beings of light. Returning your hands to your heart. Breathe and release all resistance and claim your freedom. When a practice is engaged with love, with presence, and with sincere intention, the highest is served.
Breathing that in. Opening your eyes if it's safe to bring yourself into this moment again. Remember to smile. And we invite you to offer the gift of this practice to yourself every day right now. To anchor, I am here as the sea of neutrality. Fully awake as the eye of the storm. To see the oneness and reclaim the mastery is a gift we give. It is a service. To say yes to this claiming is a service to the all. And to breathe the blessing of you. So breathing that in, notice what you're noticing. Notice your energy field. Notice the way you're feeling in your heart space. Notice the way you're feeling in your throat. Notice the way you're feeling it all. Because the energy language sequencing of this potentiality is called forward in this moment for the affirmation and the understanding in this very unique potentiality of the I am as you are. And Shri, I'd like us to go on gallery view right now. And we're going to invite all of us, for those of you that would feel comfortable, we're on gallery view. I'd like you to bring your hands to your heart. And what we're going to do is offer to each other with sincerity, love, and presence. Remember, sincerity, love, and presence are the magic fuel of all miracles. And bringing our hands to our heart. If you want to close your eyes, it's safe to do so, of course. And I want to model it for you once right now. But it's breathing in the beauty of I am from the heart center, right? I am as you are. and opening up the eyes with a smile and honestly offering that blessing. It's the ultimate namaste. It's the ultimate namaste. It's the knowing. It goes beyond the egoic presence of the me, of any sense of an alignment with density. It is the story of the leper. It is, if you were here when Scott was sharing that story, to live in I am as you are, as Archangel Zadkiel, keep your eyes on the divine at all times. It is the divine directors from the September 22nd ensoulment. Imagine with every breath, with every breath, as we gaze at everyone here right now, and my heart is singing, looking at all of you. I've got like the Cheshire cat, my cheeks hurt from smiling. But imagine right now, look at everyone here and see their highest and know that you're being seen. That's the world right now that we have the blessing of calling in right now. And we're doing it. Feel that gift. Feel that love. Feel you. Feel the absolute radiant joy of knowing you are not alone. You are not crazy. You are on the other side, and it's your time. And you made it. And it is as I am, as you are. To experience the energy of the divine in all of its glorious beingness begins in the relaxation into it is. Feel the effortlessness of that. Relax your breath. It is. To simply let go of the questions, because they are all constructs of limitation, into the innocence with the wisdom and spiritual maturity of the transcendent smile. To be the child in form with the wisdom of the adult. Through the blessing of the knowing that this kaleidoscope rocks. Your kaleidoscope is amazing. It's fun. It's fabulous. It's infinitely creative. And the law of instantaneous manifestation is yours right now in this moment. I am as you are. Live that. I am as you are. It is the ultimate service of all. It is the radiance of the mirror. It is the smile that can't be taken away, that can't have anything thrown on it. It is knowing that you can look in the mirror with every decision because it's made from the essence of integrity. Because there is no I involved. There is only the knowing of that which I am as you are. It's a moment to say yes to you, to who you really are, to know at your core, to let go of any sense of doubt or fear or hesitancy, that self-sabotage cycle, right? And to step into that moment of sincerity, love, and presence as the intersection of all miracles. Feel the radiance of this beautiful connection of beings right now. Because I know my heart is doing this, and I'm sure yours is too. The language code of the ascended realms, and I really am just going to trust that you've gotten one of our new books in any version and read it. But when we're talking about the language code of the ascended realms, it's about literally letting go of the way you think you read and inviting your entire system, your receptivity of wisdom and information to come in through these awakened, ascended Kundalini channels. Most of you have already had what many call a Kundalini awakening. We are in the middle of an ascension renaissance. When the divine galactic blueprint ignites, there is an ascended Kundalini that unlocks the gateway to invite that divine mastery presence into the full unified field of this body of form, thereby being able to command and co-create through it and with it. I am as you are. When you see an ellipsis, wait. When you're reading these texts and our books, the 2 new books that came out to assist more and more people to very comfortably expand the way they're receiving information. And I want to read to you this is you're going to get this PDF tomorrow, and actually I'll have Sri read it to you, but at the top of this next PDF that we're going to share with you and read with you, we don't have to share it right now. We're good. The reason we want to share it with you is because it's part of the language and code. So relax into this little kind of preamble, and Sri's just going to read it to you right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. This was delivered during the Mastery Mentorship Miracle Ceremony just this past Saturday. And
It's the special note.
And the special note prior to reading this sacred message. The Saint Germain itself has begun to assist the up-level of consciousness through the sharing of language as energy itself. As you connect with this sharing, you are invited to read very slowly, stopping after each sentence or short paragraph to reflect upon the single sentence and notice what you are noticing. The formatting and seemingly strange capitalizations and punctuations are for the benefit of the reader to receive the full energetic value of this special sharing. If you would like to learn more about the languaging codes of the ascended realms, please visit Amazon and read our newest book, The Ascension Renaissance. With a deep bow before your mastery and all our love and appreciation. Thank you.
So let's breathe that in. And what we're going to do is Sri is going to read, actually, I think I should read this one. Okay. So I'm going to read this one. This is the ensoulment that was very spontaneous. If you were with us on Saturday for the monthly miracle, and this was an extraordinary one, this was the surprise opening ensoulment. And I really want to thank Angela Stanfield, who I think is here this evening, for getting us this transcription so quickly. Thank you, sweetheart. And tomorrow, like I mentioned, you will have this PDF. And we sincerely encourage you to read it every day, applying the primer of the codes. The primer of the codes is what taught us that if you stop and you read one small paragraph or one line at a time, you are able to unlock the greater energy. And that's the purpose of tonight, is to teach you how to do that and to invite you to go have some fun with that. So after I read this, we're going to invite any of you that may like, we're going to go ahead and invite you to raise your hand if you would want to share anything about the energy experience, or if you would want to ask us any questions about that. And so we're going to invite you to just bring your hands to your heart. Shri's got Merlin. Merlin's been very active, a lot of lion energy here tonight. And invite you all, hands on heart, as we begin. The alchemical transformation is here. The moment is upon the all in this very specific realm of potentiality. Breathe in deeply and notice. Connecting through the star consciousness located just above the third eye. Notice the peaceful moment of connecting star to star, simply being. Receiving the gift of experiencing the self or others through the awakened presence of the divine master in form. Fully aware of the blessing of this formed experience. Outside of all illusion, the gateway to the support of living with the fifth dimension, you learn and remember how to arise, stand, and be in the seventh dimensional experience. You are here now because you are a pioneer. You are here now because this moment has arisen collectively. This moment of collective rising is being experienced and through the all. You are here right now because deep within the divine mastery presence that is so blessed to witness the journey of this form in this potentiality, a spark has arisen within thee. The deep whispers of your eternal nature are growing louder, and thy consciousness is expanding beyond all expansion. It is the moment where the mind realizes it must let go, as if being forced, because the mind is aware that it can no longer keep up with that which is expanding beyond its capacities. The moment when the blessing of the divine presence is here to support the expansion with grace, ease, and love. In this moment of divine decision, the strength of that which has been and the knowing of that which is will arise simultaneously to challenge the master and the mind into the deep dive, to lovingly see the seemingly two as the one, to be in the moment of exquisite emergence. Before all now is the gift of the oneness fully illuminated. It is yours to claim. It is yours to deny. It is yours to love. It is yours to hate. It is yours. The gift is the moment of conscious awareness igniting through a sea of neutrality. The depth of awareness that is clear as the ego of form is laid down. The divine mastery presence is full, filled, and filling to overflowing. The chalice of this divine experience of potentiality has opened. Feel the blessing of the chalice energy as the showers of all the rays of light are filling it now. In this moment of the 22 rays in the unified field, here to shower you with the essence of your divine self. Notice your hands. Lift your hands and point your fingers toward heaven as your palms face outward and you're gazing at the back of them right there in front of you. Notice the energy that is filling your hands right now. Notice, and feel that energy as the loving embrace that is tingling your palms. Notice, just relax and notice. The law of instantaneous manifestation is yours to claim. It is yours to command. And the fields of potentiality are as the strings of a beautiful harp. Really go in and feel that. This beautiful harp, all those strings are the fields of potentiality, right? All of them. This is the crystal and clairvoyant, the ability to go in right here. Notice the strings, hear the harmonies. You'll feel them. You're feeling them. Remember, it is only merely the grip of the egoic presence that seeks to whitewash that which you know. You know. Now, breathe. Breathe in deeply and notice your heart chakra. Breathe in, notice your heart chakra, and then another deep breath. Notice your third chakra. Heart, throat, heart, throat, lifting up. And notice your breath in the third as well. Third chakra, heart, throat, third, heart, throat. Notice that lifting cycle. Notice the swelling of the energy. Notice the way this energy is lifting up with you now. The heart, in its transcendent state, is the peace, love, and joy sustaining the third chakra. It sustains the beautiful salve, the salve of crystalline light, the salve of crystalline light. Feel that salve of crystalline light. And that beautiful salve of crystalline light is in a field of density that seeks for the third chakra to have extraordinary journeys in extraordinary ways. Yet, they are limited to this specific body of form, thereby subject to all the belief systems and the emotional bodies that are circling and spiraling around it. Breathe in deeper. There you are. Notice your breath and call it into your heart as your third chakra opens and receives the blessing of the peace, love, and joy of the heart of the ascended realm. The beautiful and radiant foundation. It is right in front of you. It is always there. Beautiful, beautiful. Gold and green emanations are flooding into this crystalline experience as the ascended heart that is here now. Receiving those gold and green beautiful emanations. Breathing up, opening into the Ave, exhaling the Sa. Smile and notice your truth as the freeing energy it is. Notice your neck a little taller. Notice your spine a little straighter. Notice your crown chakra with the ever greater presence of the unified field. Relax into the knowing that the upper and the lower are always one, outside of all definition. It is simply the radiance of the unified field in the conscious experience of I am as you are. I am as you are. To dive beyond that of I am that I am that I am is the springboard into the ever expanding potentiality. The beautiful tunnel of light that has held the crucible of the illuminated presence for eons. I am that 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 I am. Infinitely whispering throughout all potentialities to arrive here now with you. To know in this moment, this very specific moment of potentiality, all is illuminating. And breathing that in, I am as you are, as one is. Breathing in, I am here as the sea of neutrality, oneness in form through the conscious awareness of divine mastery presence. Welcome, beloved ones, to the very new world. In this linear experience, outside of linear experience in the infinite potentiality of concentric dimensionality. I am as you are. Taking in a breath. May we know this truth at the depth of our divine knowing. May the illuminated smile of our oneness be our radiance. May this moment of infinite potentiality expand so that the open eye is here and the sea of neutrality may be. Taking in a moment, noticing what you are noticing, breathing, going in again, breathing. Relaxing into the radiance. Breathing in, I am as you are. And in this moment, it just feels good to complete right here. Just being with each other. We will send you an email tomorrow. Let's just make sure you're feeling and receiving from everyone right now. The greatest gift we can receive is to know we have received, to know the blessing of the moment, to be in the smile of our eternal presence, and to say thank you from a heart of sincerity, love, and presence. You are a walking miracle, and may you always know that truth. We love you. Many blessings.
Much love, beloved.